Hey girl, hey. Hey girl, hey. It's your girl Nisi, aka Swirl Gang, aka Janice, aka you're at Real Life and Reborns. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for joining me. Um, Still excited. I still got that real pumped up, excited vibe and energy. I should have brought my drink over here. I'll get it in a second. But yeah, what's up, y'all? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Okay. So I'm gonna ask before I start that you guys like, comment, and subscribe, please, 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 please. And in today's video, okay, it will be pretty much this is gonna be I'm gonna say this is the giveaway video, okay? Not the giveaway video, giveaway like ooh you won, not that type of giveaway video, but this is gonna be the video, okay? So listen carefully, okay? Yeah, so today I wanted to give kind of like I would like to call it unpopular opinion. I think that's kind of how they call it sometimes. I got this little girl on my lap, Nasaya. This is my silicone baby that I got from, trying to think of her name. Her name is Ascension, and her channel is, I want to say Stardust Reborn Nursery. I think I got it right. But yeah, this actually, okay, yeah, this is the first silicone baby that I got, that I purchased from someone. Okay, the other two, there's two little boys that I'm going to show you guys that I did myself when I was kind of practicing with the silicone. Now, she does need to be matted a little bit. She has some sticky spots on her a little bit, but this is my baby, Nasaya. I lost one of her earrings, okay? But she is like a, I want to say a preemie size, okay? She is a boo-boo baby, but nevertheless, to me, she's beautiful. And, you know, I purchased her for a very good price, considering that she is a full-body silicone. What was I gonna say? And, she's just so stinking cute. Yeah, but she's like a preemie size. She weighs about, I don't have her COA within reach, but she weighs about a good 7 pounds, okay? She's a heavy little thing, but there she is, okay? So she's gonna sit with me today and keep me company while I talk about this unpopular opinion today. Now, for those of you who know me, know that genuinely, I was hearing sirens. I feel like I'm back in New York City. For those of you who know me, know that generally I don't talk about religion on my channel. I mean, I touch on it, okay? Everyone knows that God, the one and only true Savior, through his son Jesus Christ, is the God that I serve. You guys should know that by now. I always give him praise, glory, and honor for being the head of my life. I do. And I love him, and there is nothing or no one that will be able to change my mind about that. So those are my religious views, I guess you could say. I don't ever try to shove them down anybody's throat. And like I said, typically I don't really get into them because it seems to be a pretty controversial topic. However, I will never, ever, 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 ever denounce God, okay? Or Jesus, okay? You'll never see me doing that. Never, okay? And I'm not ashamed of him or any of that. It's just that you know, there's a time and a place for everything. And, you know, I don't argue about religion. That's just something that I don't do. However, hopefully this video is still going because someone is calling me, right? Always when you're doing a video. But I'm just going to keep talking. So today I wanted to touch on something that has to do with the Bible, okay, and with scripture. And it just touches on the condition of our hearts, okay? And obviously there's a reason why I am bringing it in and incorporating it in with this video, okay? um Basically, God is the source of my life, okay? Now, there's other people that may have a different source of their life, and they may recognize, that other source as so, but I recognize the one and only true living God as the source of my life, okay? So let me start there, okay? Now, I just wanted to kind of touch on the condition of a person's heart, okay, real quick. I'm going to get through this quickly. I mean, it's not going to be super fast, but it's going to be quick enough. So please, hone in if you got your TV on. Hey girl, hey. But yeah, I have always been the type of person that has been an empath. I remember I used to always be like, oh my God, why am I so compassionate? Why am I so compelled to helping people? Why am I so, just, like, emotionally tied into people when they have issues? And, I got an answer with that early on, and it's because God called me to intercede, okay, if you will, or pray, or whatever for people, and I just have always had a calling that dealt with women, okay? Women in ministry and problem solving and ministering to, and that type of thing, okay? So I've always drawn women, right? I've always drawn women, and it's always been a good thing because, I know some people don't really get that deep, and they may not feel like they have a calling, whatever, but I know, what my calling is. I'm not going to go into great detail about it. However, it does involve people. It involves me not really being able to always respond in a negative manner, like some people do. I mean, I've had people do do me completely dirty and filthy, and I have literally turned the other cheek, and not because Janice, wanted to, but because I was instructed by God to. Okay, and sometimes when you are called by God, you'll find that a lot of things that people do, you may want to do and you cannot do. Okay, so that's kind of where I am as far as that goes. But touching on the heart, okay, touching on the heart. A lot of times, if you do read the Bible, you don't have to be a Bible thumper, but if you have ever read the Bible, a lot of times the Bible ties in our heart with our mind. And why is that? Because they are definitely intertwined, okay? They're intertwined. And I was just kind of reading. I wrote down a few notes. And okay, in Romans, it's talking about how God, the scripture says basically, and he that searches the hearts knoweth what's in the mind of the Spirit, okay? And that's why you saw me recite the scripture, create in me a clean heart, O God, and renew a right spirit within me, okay? Proverbs 4:23 is also very important, and it says, keep thy heart with all diligence, for out of it are the issues of life. Okay, so that tells me that my heart must be pretty important, and so the point that I'm kind of making is we have to watch our heart, okay? We have to check our hearts. We have to do, I like to say, a heart check, okay? Just like you do a microphone check. Mic check, 1 2 1 2. You got to check your heart sometimes, okay? And that is, you have to check your heart, your intentions, and your mind toward other people. Period. You have to check your heart every now and then, because see, The thing about it is, you know, you can speak things out of your mouth all day long, right? And you can say, oh, you know, I forgave this person. Oh, I'm not feeling the way about this other person over here. But God knows our heart, because it says that he searches the heart to know what's in the mind, right? So even if a person, okay, an individual human doesn't know the intent of your heart, God already knows it, okay? God is described as being omnipotent, okay? All powerful. He's described in the Bible as being all knowing, all seeing, the beginning, the end, the omega, the alpha. He's described as basically being all in all. So that means that he knows us more than we know ourselves, right? So the point that I'm making is just navigating through life, okay? Sometimes you're going to meet people that you don't really click with, okay? Then you're going to meet people that you really dig in and you click with, you know, and you have to periodically do a heart check to make sure that your heart is right when it comes to the just people that you're dealing with, okay? um Forgiveness, for instance, okay? um God told us that we have to forgive people if we want to be forgiven, okay? How many times should we forgive somebody? What did he say, 70 times 7 or something like that? So basically, we have to forgive people. Forgiving someone is for our heart health, okay? It's not necessarily for the person, because you know, you can't change a person, obviously, right? So when you forgive a person, you literally relinquish any type of anger, any type of ill intent, any you relinquish all of that out of your heart, okay? You're doing like a heart cleanse when you truly forgive a person, right? So, when you forgive a person, you should have a clean heart at that time, okay? And so I use forgiveness as an example because, you know, it's one thing that I feel like a lot of us, just as humans, we may say that we forgive and we really don't. And sometimes it's not intentional, you know? Sometimes we really may think that we forgave somebody until we're met with something. You understand what I'm saying? Have you ever said like, "Oh, I forgive this person"? You know, I never forget. I'm gonna use myself as an example. Um, I thought I forgave my mom long before I actually forgave her. You know, she put us through a lot. Um, and God bless her dead. She put us through a lot in our childhood that carried over into our adulthood. So for that, you know, I was angry, I was hurt, I was feeling some type of way for a long time, you know. And so you know, I told myself, I told other people that I forgave her, but in actuality I did not forgive her, because once she came and moved here to where I am, and I was actually faced with her, and some of those topics started to resurface and stuff like that, that's when I found, you know, what was truly in my heart, and I had not forgiven her, right? And then that's when I truly forgave her, you know. So I'm just saying that to say, um try to always have a clean heart and good intentions as humans. Why? Because, you know, if you are Christian or you do follow God, okay, the purpose of you following him is because you want to take on his attributes. um Okay, sorry guys, I got a text message just now. You want to take on some attributes, and you want to pretty much be like how Jesus was, right, when he walked the earth, okay? You want to be, you know, as close to Christ as you possibly can. And So one of the attributes is basically um, dealing with people. How do you deal with people? Okay. How do you deal with your friends? How do you deal with, just people on a day-to-day basis? Okay. And a lot of times I kind of feel like, even when it comes to, like, let's say our spouse or our children, just people in general, me personally, I try my best to have a clean heart and good intentions toward all people. Okay. Am I perfect? Absolutely not. Have I got pissed off before? Absolutely. Okay. And that's not really what I mean. What I mean is that when God brings it to my attention, hey Janice, you got something in your heart that you need to get out. Okay. Your intentions, your intent toward this person, and a lot of times, guys, honestly, it can be for a damn good reason. Okay. It can be for a good reason. Okay. However, we're still not justified. Okay. Now, just because a person may have burned you once, let's say, I don't know, you gave them $20, and the next time you seen them, they didn't even speak to you or something like that. Now, there's reasons why you could be feeling some type of way toward a person, and that's okay. That's human nature, okay? But what I try to do at the end of the day is still, yet and still, forgive that person and let God handle it, because the forgiveness is for me. And I don't want to walk around. Imagine if I walked around and I carried unforgiveness in my heart for every person that wronged me. It starts to eat at you from the inside out. Okay? I don't want that. I don't want my heart to be black. I don't want my heart to be rotten or any of that. So I would rather, just like right now in my life, I'm in a state of peace. Even though things may not be going 100% according to plan right now, it may be a little off kilter, whatever. I'm still in a state of peace because I know that I have not wronged someone, and I'm just sitting here, okay with it. Okay. You should never be okay with doing something wrong to a person and not rectifying it. You shouldn't be okay with it. Okay. um and I'm not saying that everybody is me. I'm not saying that everybody is built like me or what have you, because like I told you, I have a specific calling on my life. And so I don't expect anybody else to be like me, okay? But if the shoe fits, then, put it on, tie it, lace it up, and wear it. You know what I'm saying? Um, I get convicted if my heart and my intentions are not good toward anybody. Okay. I have bonus children. We have a what do you call it? We have a blended family. Okay. Initially, in the beginning, was I feeling some type of way? Yeah. um and it wasn't necessarily toward the kids, but I had to check my heart because they were not my biological children. I was helping out, and it was kind of foreign to me, the whole kind of raising kids again thing, and there's certain things that will frustrate me. But where I had to clean my heart out at is when, you know, I started kind of feeling or treating, or not even, I'm not going to say treating them bad, because I never treat them bad, but sometimes, in the beginning I used to be like, oh my god, like I don't feel like doing this, or you know what I'm saying. And honestly, that was still holding something against them. It was, you know what I'm saying, because of how the situation transpired. Now, I'm not going to break down, I'm pretty transparent on this thing, but I'm not going to break down specifically my entire story in regards to my bonus children, right? Because that's super private. um but let's just say I had to definitely search my heart, okay, to make sure that if I was going to agree to, you know, being their bonus mom that I was doing it out of good intentions, okay? Because let's face it, we can do things for people out of good intentions, right? And we can do things for people out of the wrong intentions. You absolutely can, okay? You can give somebody $100, but the condition of your heart was never right to begin with, okay? So as soon as they do something to make you upset, now you said you gifted them $100, but as soon as they may do something to make you upset, the first thing you're ready to do is say, I gave you $100, you know? So this is what I'm talking about when I say check the condition of your heart. Check it and check it often, okay? We all have a lot of human interaction. You know, we have spouses, we have boyfriends, whatever, okay? If you know that there are people that are in your life, your immediate family or whoever that you interact with all the time, I would just admonish you just to check your heart. You know what I'm saying? Just to check your heart and make sure you don't have any evil or dark intent toward that person, okay? Um because it's very easy to get there. It is. Okay? People can be extremely frustrating. They can be, every name in the book, but at the end of the day, you want to make sure that your heart is right, okay? And that your house is cleaned up, okay? Um and what's so important about that? Why is it not okay to just walk around harboring resentment, hate, unforgiveness, all of this stuff in your heart? Because, like I said earlier, it eats you from the inside out, okay? And it does. And then before you know it, you look up, you're 90 years old, and you're just a bitter old woman or a bitter old man. And, life is like a vapor. Life is just, it flies by, okay? And next thing you know, you're getting the reputation as just being that mean old lady. You know what I mean? But, and that's just a small example. That's, but you do want to leave here with people, giving you good accolades and saying, she was human, she wasn't perfect, but she was genuine. She was genuine, and she had a good heart. She had a heart, for people. She had a heart after people. So, you know, like I said, going back to what I said about God knowing everything. So, us as people, okay, God allows us to judge people to a certain extent. Okay, it does says judge not unless ye be judged, right? So you can judge a person, but there's definitely a limit to that. I can't sit here and say that this person still has unforgiveness for that person. I mean, you can say whatever you want to say, but what I mean is we don't always know it, okay? Unless there's a reason why God is telling us. And, we have discernment or something like that. There's going to be a reason for why we know, if we do know. But the point that I'm making is that we are not all knowing and all powerful. So you never know what's going on with the person if they still have unforgiveness in their heart or any of that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just coming from the standpoint of my opinion. This is my opinion, right? And so, like I said, I try not to harbor anything in my heart, and I check my heart, and I do my heart checks frequently, because I do not want to be feeling some type of way about a person and just holding that. You know what I mean? That stuff festers. It festers. And it, like, I just sometimes liken it to like something that's like rotting, like a piece of fruit or something like that. So, just like your own personal house or, your backyard, you want to clean that up and keep it clean, keep it healthy. You know what I'm saying? So, I've always had a big heart. I've always loved hard. I love people. I love people. I do. I've always been a people person, and I always felt like um, part of my goal in life was to have women come together in a uplifting, and I've said this before, and a edifying manner, and not tearing each other down, tearing each other down, tearing each other down. You know, I mean, just imagine what type of stuff women could accomplish if we would only put our emotions down, put our emotions to the side, and just exercise love, just pure, clean love out of a pure heart. Okay, no backroom intentions, no, none of that. And that's why, for me, it's just, I get mad. Like I said, I'm human, but I try not to just let it consume me, and I try not to let it linger on too much. Okay? I'm the type of person, and it may seem weird, if somebody does something to me, I don't stay mad for long. I don't stay mad for long. I am an overanalyzer. I will analyze an entire situation. Um, you know, and think, because I'm a thinker. But at the end of the day, is it worth it? Is it really worth me being angry over something and keeping that stuff in my heart? More than likely, it's not. Okay? More than likely, it's not. And also, if you have the ability, pray for other people that they have discernment and they can check their heart and, have a good heart and good intentions toward people. Okay? Because we want to make life easier with the people around us. We want to unify and edify women around us. We don't want, I mean, the Bible speaks about a house divided against itself cannot stand. And that is so true. Okay? You have a group of women or a group of men or a group of people. If everybody is divided, that's not unity, and it won't, it'll just crumble. You know what I'm saying? So even though I don't believe in, cliques, as far as that, I've never been cliquish, and I think that's my thing. That's mainly because of having a guard up, and you don't want to get, that's for a lot of different reasons. However, I'm definitely all for just a women's movement. You know what I'm saying? And I'm a realist. I understand and I realize that there's going to be people that are just not on board with that, because, you know, some people don't care. We live in a world where people are genuinely like dark and mean and evil. Yeah. It's hard to believe. For a long time, I didn't believe it. I used to always say to myself, well, if I didn't do anything to that person, I didn't treat that person wrong, why are they treating me wrong? You know what I'm saying? And I could never get it. I just always thought that everybody was savable and everybody was redeemable. And no, I mean, some people are not predestined to go to the happy place up there. You know what I'm saying? So, but I say all that to say, um, to check your heart, okay? In the same way you do your heart checks, also protect your heart, okay? The Bible talks about out of your heart flows the issues of life. Protect your heart also, okay? Guard your heart. I think there was let me see. Yeah, guard your heart as well, and don't let just anybody into it and be able to trample all over you or anything like that. So yeah, and for those of you who don't know, real quick, I want to speak on this. It's been 29 minutes. I'm going to get off pretty soon. But I'm going to first ask that you like, comment, and subscribe, please. Okay, you guys, please leave me comments. Y'all know I love the comments and all that and all that. So yeah, leave me a comment. So those of you who know, I'm pretty sure, there's probably some new people that don't know. I'm not about to, dig into Pandora's box too deep, but I just want to say this, okay? Because I am transparent, and it does not bother me at all to be transparent. I'm sure that some of you know, some time ago, I don't know specifically when, but some time ago, there was some issues going on between We had a clique, okay? We had a girls group. And I just want to let you guys know that I did speak to Sandra over at Little Meatballs Nursery, okay? Not verbally, we spoke via email, and, basically all of that stuff is squashed. You know what I'm saying? I don't have any ill intent toward her. Um, I forgave her. Hope she forgives me if I did anything wrong. Whatever, it's not, so I just kind of wanted to let everyone know that, okay? Like I said, I'm not the type of person to, hold a grudge or hold on to things or whatever. So, we're cordial, okay? We're cordial. So, I don't have anything bad to say, about her. I wish her and her family well. I wish her well in her health, mental, physical, whatever, across the board, okay? And I, pray that God continues to keep working on her. And yeah, I just wanted to be transparent and let you guys know that we have pretty much, well, I mean, I don't know, because I don't really even see it like we were fighting per se, as far as like going back and forth or whatever. But obviously there was an issue there. But I just wanted to let you guys know that we agreed to be cordial. And I'm cool with that, okay? I'm cool with that. So yeah, yeah, guys, just check your heart, check your mind, protect your heart, protect your mind. And that was today's discussion. Now, give away, give away, give away. Look at this little girl. So giveaway question, okay? In this video, you had to watch the last video, which was a live, but in this video, you guys have to tell me, tell me, tell me, tell me, tell me. Okay, I'm gonna make everything out of a song, okay? Tell me how long have me and my man, my man, my man, my man, my man, my man. How long have we been together, guys? Okay? Answer that question. As long as you are subscribed, you are over 18. Answer the question. Once you answer the question in my comment section, that's gonna be your automatic entry. Okay? That's going to be your automatic entry. So you don't have to put enter me or any of that. Or you can if you like. I don't care. I don't care. But yeah, so answer that question for me. And then I will be, obviously going into the comment section, taking all the names, okay? And then we'll do the giveaway. I'm going to probably pull a winner. Maybe, let me see, what's today? Tuesday? Is today Tuesday? Tuesday? Maybe a week from tomorrow, okay? We'll give it like at least a week, okay? Like I said, my man is gonna help me, and I am eternally grateful for him. I love him to pieces. I love him to the moon and back. And I want to give a shout out, okay? I want to give a shout out to my girl Carla over there. Carla at Carla's Bunny Trail. Go give her a like, give her a comment, subscribe, interact with her, and all that good stuff. Because y'all know how the algorithm goes, okay? Go over there and hit my girl up, okay? Love you to death, Carla. Love you. Grandma's Magical Whisper. I was going to say Grandma. Beth over at Grandma's Magical Whisper. Go hit her up, tap her screen. We have a couple of newer content creators. One is, I want to say Julia Blue Wolf, and the other one is Adeline. I'm not sure if I'm saying it right, but in my community section, I kind of shared their video. Yeah, let's, all support each other, right? Shout out to my girl Melissa from Melissa's Cozy Nursery, Melissa Valentine's Cozy Nursery. Love you, girl. Love you down. Shout out to my girl Rainbow over at Rainbow's Dolly Nursery, I believe.
And you know what? This person is not on YouTube. They're not a content creator. But I just want to give him a shout out anyway because, you know, talking about, the heart thing that I was talking about today, checking your heart and all that stuff. This person has such a big heart, man. And that is Tiny with Dallas. Um, she is just, she's an amazing person. You know what I'm saying? And to be quite honest with you, like, even though, YouTube in general, the Dolly sector, it's not even the Dolly, it's not even only the Dolly sector either. There's other sectors that have a lot of beef and craziness going on also, okay? So that doesn't, but anyway, there are a lot of amazing, amazing women on this platform, And honestly, I'm a little bit surprised that I can honestly say I've never in my life really met so many women that are so awesome and just uh, phenomenal and just so big hearted. And it feels good to know people like that. It's uplifting just to know that you can talk to a person and they understand you, and it's like, I don't they have like the same type of spirit you have. They have the same type of interest that you have. And it could be a day that you're just kind of feeling down and out, and they can just shoot you a text message and it'll just uplift your spirits. You know what I'm saying? And that and those are the kind of women that is in this Dolly space. You know what I'm saying? And I really appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to say that I appreciate all of you. Um, with Dallas, aka Tiny, girl, I love you. You are just such a blessing. You're such a blessing. Just to talk to you is a blessing. You know what I'm saying? And everybody that I talk to, behind the scenes, you guys are blessings. You guys really are blessings. Maria, Millie, girl, you funny. Okay, you funny. You crazy, just like me. And I just want to say that, And sometimes I think, it's proper and it is in order to congratulate each other, you know? I think that is in order. So I just wanted to love on all of you women, and I pray for all of you. I pray for all of you. And I just want to say, may God continue to just have his hand in your life, over yourself, your family, and I lift you girls up in prayer. I do. I do. But yeah, so that is gonna be it for the video. I'm sitting up here feeling like I want to take a nap now. I got the rocking chair. This little girl is knocked out in my arms. So that concludes this video. Until next time, this is Janice, aka Swirl Gang, aka Nisi at Real Life and Reborn, signing off until next time. I love you guys. Bye.